Look what I have here. Corliss. Thank goodness it was some people out there, siren bastards, or Team Black would be in some serious trouble because now dragon seeds have been sown and we're going to see a whole lot of blood and fire coming soon. On today's show, we break down season 2, House of the Dragon, episode 7, and we've got some very special guests that are going to be able to break this thing down in depth. Get ready. Black nerds, Black people, and all people. We break this thing down and it starts right now.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
That's right, everybody. You're in the building with the all knowing, all loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful. I'm hugging my daddy Corliss because I might be able to ride me a damn dragon and set ablaze to some folks I want to set ablaze to. Just damn all everything, me, Lamont Tyson. And without further ado, let's get into this thing. Let's bring in our first guest. New to being on this channel, knows everything about dragons, our good friend, Miss Shelley. How are you doing, Miss Shelley?
Hi, Lamont. I'm good. How's everybody?
We are
I'm so glad
good.
to be here. It's an honor.
Well, we're glad to have you. And let me bring in the Hammer, who I know you about to make her smile. I can feel the smile right now. Smile so big, get your damn ears wet. Bring into the stage my girl, the Hammer.
Hi, hello. What's up? We see you in the chat. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Aww.
I'm so happy.
Well, we are glad to have you. Now, Miss Shelley, because you're new, whenever you're not speaking, hit the mute button so we don't get feedback.
Okay.
Got it? All right.
Okay.
Well, let's dive on into this thing real quick. I'm going to set the stage for everybody. So we had a pretty good episode, and I'm still hugging Corliss. I'm not going to, because I want me a dragon. I want to ride dragon. And we start this episode out with Rhaenyra going to see one of Corliss's sons. This right here is my main man, Adam Hole. At first, she had no idea who was riding this dragon, who was on Sea Smoke, and whether or not they was there to help her or harm her. Because Shelley is our new guest. Miss Shelley, you get first dibs at the opening. What were your thoughts when you saw this?
I I thought that she was going to wonder whether that was Laenor or not. Or it was one of her brothers. You know what I mean? Not one of her brothers actually, but maybe like another dragon rider that had the same idea like she had. But with the myth, you can only have one dragon rider per, one dragon rider per dragon. And since Laenor is not quote unquote deceased, he can't he shouldn't be able to be a rider, but I know they do whatever they want to on the show, so they're not following the rules close.
Hear you anymore, Miss Shelley. There you go.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep, we got you now. We got you. All right. Well, Moochie, jump on in here. I know you enjoy every bit of this. What did you think when you saw this come up, Moochie?
I enjoy every minute of it because now we've been seeing the Blacks take one L after the next. And now it seems like the tables are going to turn. So I'm glad that he bent the knee quick. Mm-hmm. And that was a good thing. So now I still think she still feels uneasy about it. But as the time goes, I think she feels right with this choice for him.
Moochie, is it safe for me to say that currently on our stream, there's only one expert, and that's Miss Shelley, that knows the books and all that?
I don't know the books like that.
Okay.
I'm just
if it's safe to say that, Moochie, then let me say this. We know how Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, we know how that lure works. And we're feeling good for where this episode took us. When it looks like Team Black is really, really pumping up. I mean, we got to consider at least one of these Dragon Seeds going to turn on Rhaenyra.
Oh,
I don't think it's him. 100% not him. Not him.
But we don't know that though. We don't know that though yet because
no.
I listen. We talked about it last night. I don't think it's gonna be a success. But could we see Corliss trade him because now he has sea and air? I'm just saying. No, we just threw it out there to see if it would stick. I'm not saying I don't know because like I said, I haven't read the books. I only did a little bit of that.
Let Shelly jump back in.
Remember one word. If I can interject, just remember one word: loyal. Just remember that.
He is loyal.
At the back of your mind, loyal.
I'm glad if he is loyal. I'm glad because he seems like he's angry with Rhaenyra because his wife died. So I don't want him to bring that animosity and turn it into betrayal. That's what I was worried about. But since you're saying loyal, you're saying I don't have to worry.
Mooch, you are a disciple of Lamont's mode of writing and movies. And I can categorically tell you, it ain't going to be nobody in my father's family that's going to be traitors. I can categorically tell. Now, I do think we did see a dissenter this episode, and I'm going to say it at the end.
I think it's the drunk.
The dissenter this episode.
I think it's the drunk. We can't trust him.
All right. Well, Mooch, I'm
gonna leave it alone,
and we'll let Miss Shells go next. So we got Lord Liquorfoot, Larry's, and he's talking to them streets is talking. Yeah, them streets is talking, and they telling about seeing people flying on dragons and all this kind of stuff. And Larry's wants to jump on in there, Miss Shells.
Larry's is so funny. He was like, "Let me just put this on the hush hush." What did you say? Who did you hear this from? He was like, "Oh, my brother's cousin's sister's husband." He was like, "No, we're gonna keep that on the low because Aemon's a little cray cray, so we're not gonna let him know anything about this." But he's probably gonna turn around and bite him in the behind. So,
definitely. Oh yeah. But
that's my man Jasper Wiles. He's a funny dude. They call him Iron Rod for a reason because he had like 20 kids.
We lost your audio again, Miss Shells. We lost your audio.
I can hear her.
Can you hear me?
Not yet.
I can hear you.
Okay, wait a minute.
Moochie, can you hear her?
Yeah, it's your headphones again. Yeah.
Oh, so then it must be my sound. Hold on just a second. Let me see what's going on with my sound. Let me get myself together, y'all. Or I sit out here and be lying on my people talking about they audio messed up in his mind. We get my technical difficulties together. Okay, so it definitely was mine. So let me fix my settings. And we can get right back into this thing because boy, we on the road. All right. Something. Okay. All right. Moochie, let's jump back in here with Lord Liquorfoot. What do you think? Now, Miss Shelley gave a great dissertation on her feeling like he don't want Aemon to know because Aemon is crazy. Now, Moochie, is that his only motivation? Because I fear he has another motivation to go along with that.
I think he doesn't want him to know because remember, he's hand to the king. He trying to keep the king's position still. So he gonna keep him at bay because if he go out there and start running amok, then it's gonna make it where Aemon's not gonna get back in charge.
Right. Moochie.
Aegon, sorry.
Yeah, and right. And on top of that, everything both of y'all said is 100% right. It doesn't have to be one answer. And I feel like Lord Liquorfoot has his own motivations, as Moochie said. Plus, I genuinely think that he just does not like Aemon because Aemon is not giving him the same grace and love that Aegon was giving him. And there's a bond that's being built between Lord Liquorfoot and Aegon, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. Now, this one's coming your way, Miss Shells. Oh, goodness, look at this. So, Aemon is getting rid of all of Aegon's buddies. This is Martin Rain, who he's sending to the wall. Aemon didn't care for these guys in the first place, nor did Christian Cole. So how did you feel about them being sent to the wall, Miss Shells?
Well, those were his lick-spittle friends, so I wasn't surprised when he sent them to the wall. And plus, they did actually cause the riot last week, so that was their form of punishment. I mean, Aemon, I'm surprised, really didn't try to cut their heads off, but they do have an option of going to the wall, so that's what they took. So, but those were the lick spittles that he was referring to, because it was his three friends that he added to the King's Guard, to his King's Guard.
Exactly. Now, Moochie, do you feel like, and Shells, consider this too, could this have been a mistake by sending these guys to the wall? Because, I mean, basically, when you get to the wall, as of right now, the only thing you're really having to worry about is wildlings. Could these guys ever descent and decide to pledge and be on boots on the ground with Rhaenyra, considering Jace went there asking for fealty? What you think, Moochie?
Didn't he talk to Starks at the wall?
He did.
He spoke to Starks at the wall. These guys could be on the ground, and this could be like they could infiltrate from the inside.
The thing,
even though they're getting sent to the wall, they still could infiltrate.
What you got, Miss Shells?
Once they have to make the choice to go to the wall, if they don't do anything other than go to the wall, they're like defectors, or so they're just off with the head. So they get caught, it's off with the head. So they have no other choice but to go to the wall. They can't switch teams. They can't do anything like that. They can only go to the wall. And if they don't, then they risk their lives.
So that's what I'm saying. I think Aemon probably should have took their head off, because I could easily see Lord Stark sending them out there with the Greybeards to help out when Jace calls on them. When Jace said, "We need y'all now," I could easily see these three being, okay, throw hands up, I'm ready to go. I need some get back. That's all I'm saying.
But see, when you go to the wall, that's just it. They're not going to be able to go to the Greybeards or do anything like that. They can only go to the wall. So that's basically that. They can only do that. So as much as they will be needed, because Rhaenyra needs all the manpower that she can get at this point right now, because it takes such a long time to get from the north to King's Landing that it's going to take a couple of months.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's going to cut down on some, because Jace did secure the bridge from the Freys, so that cuts down on some of the time, so they can get there a little bit faster. But that's the whole point of him securing that bridge, to cut down on some of the time that gets those are like the northern armies are the last ones to get to the fight. Always.
Right. Yeah, and we had previously said we wasn't going to see nobody from the north this season anyway. Like, we already knew that. We knew it. So, it's about to be Dracarys season up in here, y'all. Our final guest is here, and y'all know who she is. She is a Targaryen blood, and I wonder, does she have any lineage to this person in that great dynasty? Ladies and gentlemen, my homie, Lex the Targaryen, speak to the people.
Lala Mohules to the realm. How are you guys?
Oh, Lord.
Hi, Lex.
Hey.
How you doing, Lex? You're gonna get first dibs on this next one because I know this is about to make this had you mad a little bit. I was sitting there with Crystal when they played the scene. I said, this right here is gonna have Lex mad. And Lex, here it is. Your boy Jace getting a little out of pocket with his mama because he's worried about his art to the throne, and she's getting all these bastards out here. He's worried that them bastards gonna water down his right to the throne. Lex, talk to me about Jace over here catching an attitude with mama. He got a little out of pocket, in my opinion.
Nah, I don't think so. He was well within his rights because at the end of the day, Jacaerys is the heir to the throne. Jacaerys is the heir to the throne, but in technicality, under Westerosi standards, Jacaerys will be considered a bastard. However, it's tricky because Rhaenyra is the heir versus a father. So he is Targaryen. It's not to be twisted, clearly because of his dragons. However, he's absolutely right. If I am considered a bastard in the eyes of others, and I don't even have traditional Targaryen traits like white hair, you're giving white-haired bastards dragons just like me. What makes me special, Ma? And I get it. That boy is hurt. Like, he done had to grow up in the shadow of knowing he was a bastard. And I'm glad he pressed her. He asked her straight up, when you welcomed Harwin Strong into your bed, did it not cross your freaking mind that I might have black hair? When he said that, when I say my mouth hit the floor, I said, ooh, sugar, god darn it. Like, what? I was just in shock because it's like, yeah, we understand why she did it. Her father didn't really help her. Because we know that Laenor, was left-handed. However, it's like, of all the people to screw right now, are you gonna screw the man with black hair, girl? So he right. Like, you didn't think about me. That was selfish of her to choose, of all people, to sleep with him. And now, over a decade later, this boy got this weight on his chest. If Rhaenyra dies, why would they respect me? If Rhaenyra dies, you got to think about it like that. Okay. Yes, you're up for the throne, but you're still a woman. They X you off. Now what? Now what? I'm young. I don't have the traditional traits, and I have a smaller dragon. Now what? Okay. And everything he's saying in a couple years' time is going to come into fruition. But that's not House of the Dragon. That would be a following show. So I'm going to be quiet on that one. But he's right. He's well within his right. I love Jace. I love Jace so much. That boy would be an excellent king.
We must protect Jace at all costs.
He has the temperament. He knows how to move about. Jace would have. Let me be quiet.
Wait a minute. Let me address Lex because it sounds like she wants to date his ass. Damn, do you want to date him?
I don't gotta do what. I'm big Valerian and Targaryen around these pieces. I don't gotta mingle.
Good gracious. Now, Shells, I'll give it to you, but let me just say, I still feel he was out of pocket. It's his mother. She ain't got no choice. The only place they can control this war is the sea. And if they get enough dragons, they can control the air. They still don't have enough boots on the ground. So granted, if he's everything Lex just said, he'd be a fine leader, all that. He's got to understand, in order for me to get to the point where we are fighting about me being the heir, we got to live to see that day. Your floor is yours, Shells.
I agree with you 100%, but I also understand where he's coming from because his rule needs to be challenged. His rule could be challenged just because of the fact that, he is a bastard. I mean, we all know he's Harwin Strong's son, but it could be his rule could be challenged. Anybody can. And now that you're bringing other dragon riding Targaryens in that are bastards, you have the possibility that one of these people can challenge you for your rule. So you just have to be careful. He's quite. I quite understand where he's coming from, but you're right. He shouldn't have talked to his mother like that. But she has no other choice because she needs dragon riders. She needs dragon riders. She doesn't have the ground troops. Yep. Until Daemon comes through with the Riverlanders, she basically is cut off from any land battle that she has right now. Rook's Rest cut her off from the land. From the land on her end. So she has to come. It has to be an army from the Riverlands or from up north. And the north is, they're going to take forever to get there. So, she has no land army. She has to have dragons.
Right. All right, Moochie, jump in there. That's all I was saying, Lex. I
Well,
agree
hold
with
on.
you.
Before Moochie go, can I ask y'all a question real quick?
Oh Lord,
No,
go
no, no,
ahead.
seriously. Because I want y'all to know I agree with the fact that they need writers.
Yeah,
But I
right.
want y'all to realize one of the writers that she gave permission to, he's not saying don't put people on them. He's saying don't put Targaryen bastards on there because it challenges his illegitimacy. You understand what I'm saying? You would have been better off with a bunch of Allens or Adam, Adam. You would have been better off with a bunch of Adams because at the end of the day, he's still not in the line. Do you realize that at the big cocky dude that claimed Vermithor, do you know that is his uncle? He
Yeah, Harwin
basically
Strong.
super. No, not Harwin is his daddy. Harwin Strong is Jace's father, not him. That big man with the beard whose daughter died, and he was like, "I got yeah,
Oh, Hugh Hammer. I'm sorry,
yes."
Hugh Hammer.
Hugh the Hammer is technically his uncle.
Uncle.
If you
Yep.
want to
Yeah.
be technical, he knocked all of them out of line of succession. If you want to be technical, because that is Sarah Targaryen, which is Viserys' sister. That's why he said, "My mother told me I'm not different than
No, it's
Daemon and
also it's
and Viserys."
Viserys' daddy's sister.
Yeah,
It's
damn right
Viserys'
he
dad,
not different.
Balon's sister.
Yeah, okay, and I'm gonna be
Yeah, it's
quiet and pass
Balon's
the alley
sister.
oop to Moochie now.
Jaehaerys'
'Cause
daughter.
what? He supersedes all of them
It's
if you want to
Jaehaerys'
keep it
daughter.
a
Sarah is
stack.
Jaehaerys' daughter.
That's a problem. That is a problem. It's not a problem.
Technically, that's Damon brother.
Yep. Yep. So
Because he does supersede them.
are we going
Because
to
he
have a
older than
problem?
Damon, I think, isn't he?
Are we going to have a problem with him and Damon? Do y'all think? Go ahead, Shells.
I just want to make a correction. It's not Damon's brother. His mother is Sarah. Sarah was King Jaehaerys and the good Queen Alicent's daughter. That was a very promiscuous young woman, and they
Wasn't
sent
she
her away
disowned?
to the Silent Sisters, and she
Okay.
ran off and joined and became a prostitute in the Pillow House,
Okay.
and that's how he became. So it's actually they would be like it would be Jaehaerys and Viserys and Damon's first cousin because they're
Okay.
his. It would be his dad's sister. Is his mother.
So, but between Jace, what Lex said, between Jace, Damon, and Hugh Hammer, who has the real easiest route to the throne? Shells, I'm asking you.
Repeat that again.
Between Jace, Hugh Hammer, and Damon, who has the easiest claim to the throne should something happen to Rhaenyra?
Well, Jace because he is her legal heir, but it could be contested. Um, if that's going to be the case, then I would say Damon would have the stronger claim because
Okay,
both of them are bastards, and they're not going to give the throne to a bastard. So
got you. Okay, I got you. All right. Lex, let me get you back in here on this one. And Mooch, I think you're gonna like this one. I think Mooch, you're gonna like this. I know I'm torn. I'm torn on who we about to talk about because I had this debate with my wife. I feel like this person is gonna turn on Rhaenyra. And I am talking about Mysaria, who has been given good counsel. She's been given good tongue action. And she's been giving this great advice. She is the one that said, look, let's get the word out for the seeds in King's Landing. And she orchestrated the plan with Alan and got those words out there. My question to you, Lex, are they setting me up for failure with Mysaria, who's done such a good job of counseling and now literally putting her tongue in Rhaenyra's mouth? Is she going to take my heart out later on? Can y'all hear Lex?
No.
Okay. Lex, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
I can't hear her either.
Uh-oh, she's gone. Jump on in there, Moochie, then we'll let Shells jump in.
You said I got a question. You know what? If Damon comes back, it depends on what tune Damon's on. If they sleep together again, then it's a wrap. That she's gonna betray Rhaenyra.
Look, I'm in there having it out with Crystal because this is one of the show we watch.
I'm worried about that, but right now she hasn't steered her wrong yet.
Right.
And she spared her life.
Right.
And we'll go back to what Shelly said, the loyalty. Is she going to be loyal?
Okay.
It's a big question.
All right. Jump in there, Shells.
Okay, now because I know that you all heard about Nettles.
Yeah.
Her storyline is being absorbed by Raina. It looks like I would agree with you if Nettles was still in the picture. So now I don't know how this is going to play out as far as Basarius is concerned. It's a different now that Nettles is in the picture.
Okay. All right.
So are they're changing? From what I'm hearing, they're changing a lot of stuff from the books. So
yeah, a little bit.
It's not going to be like a blueprint.
Yeah, they
follow. They already changed the storyline of the daughter because she wasn't supposed to be riding a dragon. Are we going to see the girl that was with the sheep steal a dragon? So that's what I'm. But it seems like they're switching that to the daughter riding the dragon.
Raina. All right, let's let Lex jump back in. She's back. Jump on in here, Lex. Talk to me about Mysteria and her motivations. Can we trust her?
No, you had asked the question earlier. You said between Hugh, Daemon, and Jacaerys, who got the quickest line to the throne? In order would be Daemon, Hugh, then Jacaerys by the people. Jacaerys is always going to take the short end of the stick because the world knows he's a bastard, dragon or not. And now you got two other men closer in line to the throne with Targaryen features. Like Jace gets cast to the side. But in a sense of Mysaria, you can never trust a master of whispers. They are just that, a master of whispers. Why would I trust you? Could we trust Littlefinger completely? Could we trust Varys completely?
Nope.
It's the Game of Thrones. You can't trust nobody other than the Seven to keep it a stack.
Thank you.
It's nobody to trust. There's nobody to trust. We can't trust Mysaria.
I tried to make that argument to Crystal. I was like, look, Mysaria.
I think she's going to flip on and go back with Daemon. The way
I'm like this. Mysaria is a survivor. All these Master of Whisper, their main DNA is to survive. And if it looks like things is going awry, she'll bounce. Now, I guess what we kind of holding on to is y'all don't think that because she's kissed and has some feelings for Rhaenyra, that won't keep her from staying loyal to Rhaenyra and instead of jumping ship back to Daemon? Anybody can answer.
That don't mean anything.
Oh.
That don't mean anything. If she gonna flip, she gonna flip. That's why I said it, especially if we see them sleeping together, her and Daemon sleep together again. Because he was messing with her. He was messing around with her. Okay. He frequents her a lot. But you know what I did want to ask though? Since we was talking about he brought remember when they was reading the books, he brought that idea to fruition. I can't pronounce his name. The son. When he talked about the session and who could probably actually
Jace.
He brought it to fruition when he talked about it because he talked about the bloodline. So she already figured it out because she knew he was a bastard.
Okay. All right.
If you know, you know, right? She know Rhaenyra didn't make him.
That's true.
So she knew what she was dealing with, but he didn't think she was going to take it there.
Well, she took it there.
You know?
Jump in, Shells.
I would have asked my mama, like, you couldn't have found you a little light-skinned black guy with some blonde hair to make, like, fool around with? Did you have to find, like, a dark-haired guy? Like, I guess, people didn't understand DNA back then, but, you do have Damon's kids as an example of what they would look like if because, of course, Lena is his sister, and Daemon and them have children, and their children look nothing like what Jason and Luke and Joffrey look like.
Yeah,
It's a
agree.
bit more debatable in the books though, because Rhaenys in the books has brown hair, because Rhaenys is half Baratheon. So with that being a grandmother, I mean, in technicality, if you really wanted to argue it, it's like it could skip a trait. Brown hair runs in the family, but it's a lot more obvious now because they're the only ones. Or like prime example, red hair, red hair to silver hair. I would expect the Allison kids to possibly have red hair. You know what I mean? But it's one of them things where don't neither one of your parents have black hair, and on top of that, they look like. That's why I said on Instagram the other day. I said at the end of the day, I I love the casting because if you pull up a picture of the actor who played Harwin Strong last season and Emma D'Arcy, and you put the boy who played Jace, like that really looked like that could be their kid. That
Yeah,
is crazy how they did that.
agreed.
But I feel so bad for Jace because I'll never be one of those people like, oh, Rhaenyra was a whore. Like, nah, y'all made her marry a gay man and he couldn't. She tried. That ain't on her. But I do blame her with her selection of other. Like, girl, it is a bunch of silver-haired people in the world. Like, right at this point in time in Westeros, like she's out of pocket for that. And then you ain't do it once, not twice, but thrice. Yeah, Rhaenyra ain't care. But I blame Damon. Damon, the one that put that seed in her head. We can do what we want. We're gods.
Mm. All right. Well, Shells, we're gonna bounce back to you for this one right here. Oscar Tully. I loved every minute of this little boy in this episode. From him right here, basically disrespecting Damon to his face, but did say that they would help. They would pledge their fealty to him. But however, Miss Shells, you got to off the head of, I think his name is William or whatever his name is. You got to off with his head if you want
Willem.
my, because everybody in my army hates your ass, Damon. What's yours, Shells? That was so funny.
I gotta tell you, Oscar is the MVP of that episode.
I liked him.
He was that dude that day. He was like, "You gonna tell me to smother my granddaddy? Okay, I'm in power now. Now watch this. I'm gonna pull your card."
Mm-hmm.
And he just took total control when everybody thought that he was just some little kid that you was just gonna run over, and he put Damon on his ear.
I think Damon admired it a little bit because it reminded
I
him of
think
him.
so too. I think
He
so
did.
too. I
Mhm.
think so too.
Jump on in there, Mooch. How did you like this? Mooch, I loved every minute of this. Like this little
It
boy.
reminded me of the scene at the table when he looked over and he know what he did when he sent blood and cheese up in that castle, and
Yeah.
he looked. That's what it reminded me of. Like he was back in the same predicament again, and he flipped on homeboy because he had to. He thought he really was gonna not take him out, and that was crazy. But I'm glad he went there with all his people and be like, nah, this is what you had me do, so this is what you going to.
Jump on in there, Lex.
And he called him a prince. I love that
Right,
part.
I loved it. I love it. Love it.
Damon did what needed to be done, which is why this man is the prince of Lord Fleabottom. Like he knew what it was, and then on top of that, to pay attention. They had the conversation before. It's almost like when you gotta let somebody big you up. He know that boy is little, and that's why he let him kind of talk reckless at first when he called them the prince. He like, all right, too much dip on your chip, little one. Slow down, so I get big Caraxes up in this piece. I thought it was funny. He really was a Lyanna Mormont type comedic relief, standing on business young, and I did like that. I enjoyed him. I did feel bad for Willard though, because it's like, bro, you told me to do this. I was the one riding for you, and he really was loyal to Rhaenyra, because we remember him from season 1 when he was a kid. So I was like, dang, that part I didn't like, because it's like,
I didn't like
you told me to do this, but once again, that shows Damon gonna do what he need to get done at any cost. And when I say that, it's emphasis on any cost. Meaning, if Damon want a pig for breakfast and it ain't none except in Old Valyria, I guarantee you somebody gonna bend the block before the end of the night because he's gonna get it. So with that being said, everybody in Team Green should be terrified because he off his dreams now. I think that's done. They done get that to us episode 2 through 7. Like, I think we good. I think Damon is back on his body now. He came there to get the army, and granted it took a minute, but he got it. So I'm with all the smoking activity for Team Black right now.
So Lex, let me ask you all this question about Damon and Rhaenyra. Damon had these visions and was seeing these things that I'm assuming was supposed to help humble him and bring him a little closer to being a more well-rounded, I guess, kind of prince, ruler, whatever he is. Do you see that these dreams and this last one he had with Viserys work? And at the same time, do you see Rhaenyra moving more toward the Damon side and getting angry and starting to make a little bit more forceful decisions? I'll start with you, Lex.
Yes and yes. I think Damon is still going to be Damon, but at this point in time, he's seen enough to calm him down. Not in a sense of, he's going to be this chill person. Absolutely not. This is still Damon Targaryen we talking about. However, I do believe at this point in time, Damon is to a point where he understands it's no if and back and forth. He does not want the throne. That was the whole fight within himself this season. Do I want the throne, or am I going to protect Rhaenyra? He loved Viserys. Damon loved Viserys more than anybody, and that's why it bothered him so much that, the situation with him and his brother. But we knew from when Viserys almost fell up the steps, who was right there on his side. Damon loved his brother. It was just the resentment. But with that being said, he knows it's his duty to protect Rhaenyra, because other than who else would have her best intentions at heart? And the children don't count because they are her offspring. Other than Rhaenys, who was Viserys' favorite cousin. That's why she protected Rhaenyra the way she did. Even when she thought he killed Laenor and all the other stuff, she still did not budge because she loved her cousin. And on top of that, she knew what it meant to be a female and have something taken away from you that was rightfully yours. Followed by Damon. Technically, something that was rightfully yours was taken away. But who it was taken away by is his crossbearer. And that was his problem this season. He good. Damon don't want the throne. He don't want none of that. And like I said, every single person on Team Green better have an extra pair of depends, because I think Rhaenyra is about to unleash the Black Queen, and I'm here for it. I told y'all know I agree with Danny, so I'm ready for Rhaenyra to just cause massive havoc.
Yes, man. I'm about to mute her because that girl.
Burn him up!
Every time
that's
she
what I'm
say
ready
that,
for.
Lex knows she be poking me because she know I do not like the way Danny ended that thing. I hated that they had to make Jon Snow take her out. So she had to go get her little dig in me, y'all. That's why she's not showing her face. She had to get a little dig in me. Go ahead, Miss Shells. Go ahead. What do you think? You think Damon is starting to soften a little bit and Rhaenyra's getting tougher?
Yes. One thing I have to say, Book Damon never wanted the throne. That was not his thing. He wanted to be next to his brother. He wanted to be his brother's hand. Mm-hmm. That's how much he loved his brother. When Corlys and Rhaenys were gathering, to fight for Laenor's claim for the as heir, he went out and got sail swords, built. He got an army for his brother to get that throne. That was never his MO. Now, more so on the show, yeah, they're making it seem like he wants it, but I think he just wants to be the strength that Viserys needed and the strength that Rhaenyra needs, and that's all. He doesn't have the temperament for the throne, as you can see.
What you think, Mooch? You're on mute.
I think he knows it now, because when he had that little vision with his brother sitting at the side of the bed, and heavy is the head who wears the crown, that conversation, he realizes how much, like, if you make one slip up, look what can happen. And I think he had his moment of truth when he had this scene where he had to take out the dude that he told to take everybody out.
Yeah.
So it's like even though he didn't want to do it, he knew what he had to do to get those troops. So he doesn't want that responsibility. Yeah, I want to go and burn up stuff and protect my queen at this point now. I just want him to get out of Hammer Hall.
I hope he comes
away
through.
from there, man. I'm tired of these visions.
Boy, with y'all.
It's just I can't take it.
Look, I've heard.
I can't take it either. I'm so sick of Heron Hall.
I just be like, come on, you still here?
Right, like, man, would you go sleep somewhere else? Go sleep out in the woods somewhere.
Go sleep on your dragon. How about that? Look, he out. Look,
where's Caraxi? I mean,
Caraxi seen him walk out last week. He like, all right, we ready to go. You seen him lift his head up?
Yeah,
right. He was like, I'm ready to bounce.
The dragon ready to go. Like it's bad when the
bags is already packed.
Like, the dragon was like, oh, ready to go.
Yeah, man. Oh Lord, have mercy. Let's get in here with this one, y'all, because this one, this exposition between basically this whole family for me. This reminded me of the conversation Corliss had with his granddaughter, when basically he was trying to make her the heir, and she was like, nah, I am fire and blood. Now basically he's telling the son to get on the dragon, and the son is like, no, I am a salt and sea, which makes me think that eventually the son will become the heir. But in any event, they had this conversation, and basically, you know, he was telling them what was going on. Your brother is now riding a dragon. I need you to go do something to help the queen. Lex, jump on in there first. How'd you like this conversation between these two and where it went?
I'm tired of him. I'm tired of the bastard sons. I really am. I'm tired of their storyline. Just promote dude or do something. Like, they're very irritating to me, to be honest. Like, Alan always got this super stern complexity that I don't want it. Like, what? Come to F, please.
Lex,
and then you got
wait
the
a
other
minute.
one.
Lex.
No. Then you got the other one. He just so thirsty to have a dragon, and then they just be having these faces. Like, I don't know. I just want to punch them. I'm tired of them.
Lex, God, let's see. Lex, don't you understand? They're frustrated because they got daddy issues. They know good and damn well who their daddy is, and the daddy know who they are, but they can't say nothing. They want to have a relationship with my father. Okay? You see that? They want it. Now let's get back in here and tell me you understand when you have that kind of trauma. Now fix your lips and say something better about these Allen boys.
Delete them.
You sound like Silly B. That's how
Delete
you sound right now.
Because honestly, like I like Adam better than Alan. Alan annoying. He just be sitting there with this face like, and Corliss is a deadbeat. Like, Corliss is a whole deadbeat and a half. Like, you heard what Rainey said. Like, the boy saved your life. He should have been ranked up immediately. You don't even know how to interact with your kids. You don't have kids. Honestly, the whole Valerian line, other than Bayla, irritates me. Like, Adam and Bayla could survive, but the rest of them could kick rocks. Yeah, especially Raina, but we'll get there.
I was about to say Raina's next. I can't wait.
We will get. Let me tell y'all something. Put your seatbelts on.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Let me go to these two because I can't wait to hear this. I know I have an idea why Lex is sick of the Raina storyline because she's kind of replacing somebody else's storyline. But we'll come back to that.
Blissful ignorance all around the realm.
Jump in there, Shell. Talk to me about Corliss having a conversation with one of his sons.
I just can't. Lex, I agree with you. I can't get.
She froze.
And she was about to let us have it too.
I know.
I was with it. As soon as she
That's
said,
like a cliffhanger right now.
Okay, well, Mooch, you go, Mooch, and we'll wait for Miss Shells to come back. Go ahead, Mooch. What you think?
I'm mad at Corliss because Corliss acts like he doesn't know how to talk. You know this is your son. Your wife, before she passed, gave you her blessing to let this play out. She knows this is your kid. Why are you trying to act like you don't know who these people are? Why wouldn't you say that that's your boy when they talk about, hey, get this dragon thief? Why haven't you opened your mouth? I was so pissed off at him.
And it sounds like you still mad at him.
Yes, I'm just so disappointed in him.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Okay. Well, we lost Shells, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe she got out of a good texting zone or a good driving zone. Miss Shells, If you are still somewhere within good internet, come on back in. We'll still be here a few more minutes. Now let's get on to what we about to be fussed out about, Moochie, which is this chick right here, Raina. And this episode, we saw Raina being sent to Pentos. And I'm sure Lex loved the way the queen of the castle looked at her like, get your butt up out of here. And as they're leaving to go to Pentos, we see Raina see all the burnt up sheep bones, and she goes out there looking for a sheep stealing dragon. Lex the Targaryen. Talk to me now. Keep in mind, Raina tried to get maybe it's sea smoke, and almost got burnt up when she was little. Why should we think she's gonna get sheep stealer other than she's replacing Nettle's storyline? Talk to me, Lex.
There is no other reason, because she was mad unimportant in the real Dance with the Dragons, just like she unimportant now, and they trying to force her on us. She could go too. And I pray to the seven. I pray that they trying to like indirectly throw us off and piss us off for a reason, and that we get Nettles next season and she has a tragic death trying to claim sheep steal, and they find out it's another wild dragon. Because for what? For what? If they ain't never pissed me off before, they gonna piss me off with this one. For what? She has no purpose. She got daddy dish issues too. Oh, he loves Bela instead of me, mommy, because she has a dragon. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Tough titty. Cry about it. I'm tired of her. Like, she just been sitting, and on top of that, you so reckless, you gonna run off thirsty McDragonmont, and you gonna leave the kids to just be walking down the road. Like, they're the heirs. You're not even important. You're gonna marry a rich lord and be the wife of somebody. Congratulations, that is your story in Westerosi history. The fact that they actually even merging her and Nettles, every single writer on the show need the backhand of God, because every single thing that they're doing now is going to trickle off and it's going to ruin Damon's storyline. And if you know, you know. I'm not going to ruin it for the rest of y'all, but she need to go. Okay? I would have respected more if they would have had her realize I'm salt and sea. Not like I'm fire and blood, but I'm salt and sea. Marry her to her uncle. I don't care. Just do something. But giving her sheep stealer, y'all done piss me off royally. The Khaleesi has spoken. Y'all done pissed me off. Because she's annoying. There's nothing valuable about her character. Who sits there and says, you know what, Raina did a good job. We don't care. She's not important. And I'm not pulling no punches on this one, because she just be sitting there with that dumb Allen face all the time. She don't look constipated. She always looks upset, like she done had a bad bowl of brown. I'm tired of her.
Moochie, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. This girl done said, Lex done said the girl need Miralax. What? Lex, got to be more careful. Like, Lex, just no chill.
Look at a poppy or something. I'm tired of her.
No chill Moochie, let me put it to you like this. This is what I told Crystal. I said, Crystal, she's supposed to be taking care of them children. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to be going down Pentos to take care of them children. However, if what I feel like they about to do is have her come save the day, she's going to bond with Sheep Stealer, and then she's going to come save the day. And instead of Rhaenyra being mad, Rhaenyra be thankful, because if it wasn't for her coming to save the day, it wouldn't be no future for them kids. So, Moochie, how are you feeling? Give me the voice of reason when it comes to little Raina.
I just with her, you going to get this big dragon, but you leaving them 3 eggs
and the children.
Yeah, and the kids. It's not a good thing. You got soldiers coming back and forth. They could be kidnapped, and I just don't think it's a good idea. I want to see how it plays out.
I think we got Shelly back. Miss Shells, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Just give me one second.
Oh, take your time. Take your time. All right, take your time. While she's doing that, let me just make my argument again. I grant to Lex and Moochie's point, I get that she's supposed to be marching down the road to Pentos, where they make good pinto beans. I get that. Where she's supposed to take care of them children and take care of them eggs. But if she winds up being the cavalry to save Rhaenyra from ultimate doom, you can't be mad at her. All right, we got Shells back. Go ahead, jump in on Raina, Miss Shells.
She's a little petulant child. I mean, she's just been this a Debbie Downer since she couldn't get a dragon. She works my spirit. I'm so sorry. Like I really can't with her. Like, and now that she's like her little storylines taking over Nettles, I'm really that's not liking her at all. So, it's not much to say. She's a piece of work. Like, she reminds me of my son.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, that means your son about
One
to
of
get a
those little
dragon.
teenagers. If you can't get your way, then you know the whole world is against you. Poor Rain.
Lord have
See, you thought you had a friend. You thought somebody was gonna come in and nah, we don't want her. Send her back. Send her to Pentos. Pack her up. That
But
Pentos
I
cat.
told you to watch them kids and watch them dragons. What you doing on this one? Are we gonna have a conversation like that? Which
I'm telling you, the only way they could fix it, like somebody in the comments said it, and I saw it too. It was a pan out of a fro, like a black girl with a fro in this episode, and I saw it too. And I ain't seen no froze since we've been in King's Landing. So I'm praying. I don't know. Maybe they'll be friends, and she'll bring them to Rhaenyra. Maybe she go to claim sheep stealer, and Nettles come save her or something, and then now she's owed a favor. Or something gotta happen, because if they take Nettles, like everybody who read the books or knows the plot knows, it is going to ultimately ruin that last scene with Damon. It's going to ruin it, and they really had no reason to do that. It's enough black people to cast. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so can I ask y'all this? If it everybody's talking about this person, the little person with the afro. What if she meets her on her journey while she's walking and she convinces her to go there and she's still with the kids? Or do you think we're gonna see her on a dragon? Do you think that's the way they that's the direction they're going?
Mooch, they did pan. They did pan like when Alan and Alan, whatever her name is with the red stuff, was sneaking people into King's Landing. They panned and you could see somebody that was black with an afro. You could see it. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be innuendo for Nettles, but there's too much fanfare. And when I say, I mean not just from black people. There are a lot of fans I see online that want Nettles. So maybe that was their way of telling us, look, we're still going to give you what you want, but we might not give it to you the way the book said it. What you think,
Okay.
Shell?
Right. I mean, the Anglo-Saxons are even upset about this. They
Yep.
they were very, very upset about this. Nettles being um, replaced by Raina, and also there was at one of the premieres. No, actually two of the premieres. There was another black actress, and I can't recall her name, but everybody was thinking that was she was going to be the Nettles. So it's still until we actually see her on Sheep Stealer, it could it could be she could just come in there and just change up the whole thing. So
Okay. Gotcha.
we just don't know.
Lex, I'm about to make you mad again. The people love it when me and Lex when we get into it with stuff. I don't know why that's so entertaining for people, but I'm about to poke it. Since Lex like to poke at me with her Queen Khaleesi, I'm gonna poke at her. Lex, I know deep in that Lex Targaryen heart of yours, you felt sorry for Alicent, who done left the kingdom, gone in the woods, looking like she about to commit suicide. And boy, was I feeling sad for this woman because she doesn't know what to do. She done brought one King's Guard with her. She's upset. She's sad about the way things have gone and she's lost control. And that chick was out there in the water like she was Jesus on the cross. I thought she was about to drown herself. And I was saying, no, Allison, don't do it. There's a greater purpose. Now, Lex, please tell me that somewhere in that heart of yours, you felt a little sad for what Alicent is going through in these woods where you know the damn mosquitoes is horrible.
There was once a very wise Targaryen who went by the name of Rhaenys, second of her name. And upon her big, beautiful dragon Meleys, she said Anglos, meaning attack. And I was hoping dragon fire would rain from the clouds and boil her like a crab leg. Nobody cares about Alicent. No one will ever have sympathy for Alicent. Y'all saw Secret Life of Bees? Remember how the sister took herself out under the water? I was hoping for that. I'm not. At no point in time am I ever. You and your bald head receding line daddy and all of your duty children are the reason the realm is in dismay. You and your one-eyed Willie son, you and
Lord.
your grappling body, you know what, son. Helena is off limits because we love Big Lena. Other than that, like, I don't have no sympathy for her. And the fact that everything she did to Rhaenyra is coming down to the cut on her arm, down to sitting there and being kicked off councils and everything she did to Rhaenyra. And what did Rhaenyra say when she looked her in the eyes before she cut her? She said it had to be hard, hiding under all that self-righteousness, and now they see you for who you truly are. Good God, if that ain't been the block and age beautifully, I love it. Everything about her stress and feeling alone and helpless and losing everything around her, I'm enjoying every bit of it, like a child with milk and cookies.
Moochie, get it. Moochie, you know me and you. Moochie.
That's her karma.
Oh, Lord.
That is her karma. If I knew, somebody had to remind me how she does that in the bathtub, but she just needed more space because she's even like feeling worse now. But you do all of that and then you lay in a tent with your feet sticking out like the Wicked Witch. I'm just saying, like, I don't have any sympathy for her. For real.
Miss Shells, you got to be the one to save me on this with a little sympathy for Alicent's plight. Poor redhead woman. Poor thing. Like, she's in pain too. What do you think, Miss Shells?
And I'm just gonna give her maybe a weeny bit of sympathy because she doesn't have anybody in her corner. Like even her kids kicked her to the curb. That must be rough when your own kids kick you to the curb. So, and she needs Otto. And actually, the King's Landing needs Otto.
Definitely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we about to swing this great panel to the peak of things that happened. And I just thought that this thing was funny. So all the seeds have come to Dragonstone. And Rhaenyra is accepting them like Uber comes to your house and deliver food. Only this was Uber Eats for Verminthor, basically. But first thing we see was the people, the Dragon Keepers. They was about to turn on Rhaenyra. They was acting like the modern day Peta. Like they was acting like Rhaenyra was Michael Vick, telling her, no, this is not how you do it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm interested to know, Rhaenyra told them, do you understand what's coming? So let's start with you, Lex. How did you feel about just this utter disrespect for the queen by the Dragon Keepers, acting like they the modern day Peter?
Nah, honestly, I'm not even tripping off them because keep in mind, those are the only ones left that came straight from Old Valyria. So they're specifically in charge of the dragons. Yes, Targaryens are given dragons, they what's the name, but after they get off, who's taking care of them, feeding them, training them, keeping them? Those are the dragon keepers. So it's a sacred order. And they on some lie, the dragons is gods. You're wilding. You're giving gods with nuclear power just to anybody. You're bugging out. And once again, this goes to what just Sarah said. It really is I can't say too much without saying too much, but if you know why this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. It seemed good now because she got numbers on her side. But if anybody decide to switch, there it is. You're not coming from a house. Yeah, you're not coming from a house of loyalty. You're a commoner with a dragon. And now at this point, if let's just say Aemon get taken off, all right, Rhaenyra, you talking about you the queen, my dragon bigger. What's up? And I'm your uncle. What's up? Bye. Now, look, you welcome that through your door. So it's a catch-22. Like we get why she had to do it, but the fact that she had to do it is man.
Now, Moochie, I'll swing it to you. How did you feel about this? And I'll just say this to Lex. I love the way she said it's Verminthor. And that's
Verminthor.
I love the way she said that. what did you think about the PETA for dragons having an attitude? And if these dragons is so much gods, why they can't feed themselves? Why they need handlers? Huh? Why don't you give yourself a bath? Why don't you make it rain? Why don't you just make food appear? Talk to me, Moochie, because I've just been in dissension with Lex this whole daggone review. Tell me how you feel.
I feel like she didn't have a choice.
Thank you.
She didn't have a choice. They already got the land. What land that she had, they taken over. People's flipping on her already on land. Mm-hmm. So where you go? You got to go where I work best. So you okay, so I got to work with what I have.
Right.
I know it's not a sure thing, but I got to take a chance. I got to at least try. And that's where she's at. That's how I feel she is.
And Lex said something earlier in defense of Jace that Rhaenyra should have went to, more people in the kingdom, bloodline, whatever. Okay. She was talked out of that by Mysaria because that was going to take too long. This is dire straight situation. Like, we ain't got all day to be trying to, we don't have DNA.com out right now. We got to get moving. And having said that, I will give the floor to Shells. What did you think about these dragon keepers?
I mean, they are right. They are absolutely right. This is a power that, like Sarah said, you should not trifle with. And you put these in the hands of, what are they, like the common folk.
Right.
And you have any opportunities, people can turn on you. Exactly. And take this and not only turn on you and go to the other side, they could also go to like other, not only Westeros, but Essos, Sotheros, all the other areas, and wreak havoc.
Pentos.
Right, you're giving this too much power to to this common people who are not able to handle it and don't have any repercussions. Like when Darkland, Sir Darkland tried it, at least he comes from a royal background, right, where there's like we can hold a family member as hostage if you turn on us. There's nothing that these people, common people, can have stripped from them. They're already at the lowest point. So what are they taking away from them? You know what I mean? They're not.
Right. That's a good point. Point. Now I have to give Lex her flowers on this next one, because when we first reviewed the first show, Lex said, "Keep your eye on him," and from that day forth, I focused on this man. Vermin Thor bonded with the big man, Hugh Hammer. We got a big dragon for a big man, and he carries a big hammer, Moochie. Lex, take your victory lap, Lex. You said it. I give you the floor now. I agree with you on this.
I just would like to say that every time you entrust yourselves in me, the Khaleesi never leads you astray. Have I ever led you astray? I have never. I never will. I be knowing. It's my family. I can sense it. But no, seriously, I knew it was happening. And that's a dangerous shot. Do you understand me? I don't think people understand how bad this alone is. Because if you give this man a dragon and you restore him or you make him a lord, clearly the man is a Targaryen. So now you got your freaking uncle. You literally got your other uncle with a bigger dragon than Daemon. And clearly he wasn't raised on the he really from Flea Bottom. He wasn't pulling up in the castle at night after playing in the streets. Like, he's really from outside. This is a problem. Like, it's a bit of confusion still in the comments. I'm gonna say it again. The king, Jaehaerys, the old king, had several children, including Rhaenys' father, who died, including Daemon and Viserys' father, who died, as well as a daughter named Sarah. She was a whore, so he banished her, and she began to work in the pleasure houses. And no matter what, he would not allow her to come home. That is this man's mother. That's a problem. He's a direct line. He is a direct freaking line. But Rhaenyra don't know that, because all you see is bastard and can claim a dragon. And baby, you don't even know that's your uncle. Good God. Somebody call a 7.
God, Lord. See, Moochie, you see how I do her? I give her flowers, and what does she do? She pour bleach on them. Okay? Like Moochie, you see how she did that? What that wasn't even called for. But Moochie, get in here. Go ahead, Lex. Go ahead. I saw you hit the button. Go ahead.
No, it was on accident. Go ahead.
Okay. Moochie, jump on in here, man. Did you I like this. I think Hugh Hammer has all the qualities to me to look like he's loyal, he's strong, he was making weapons in King's Landing, and he's frustrated with them because they promised him stuff they didn't give it to him. That is plenty of motivation to stay loyal to the queen. And now he's got this dragon. I do not see him being the dissenter. We're going to talk about who I think is the dissenter next, but
I don't think okay, he was promised stuff, but I'm gonna ask you this.
Okay.
Was he promised stuff from the Greens or from the Blacks?
The Greens.
So then why would he stay loyal? Why would he go and betray them and go back to the Greens?
He probably ain't. I don't think he will.
I think it's gonna be the drunk. I hate to say it because he can't be trusted, and he feel like he got something to prove. He feel like he's trying to impress his bar buddies. Like, look at where he went straight. Like, he wanted his buddy.
Get off the horse. Get off the horse, Moochie. You're on the horse.
Let me put my shoes under the desk.
Get off the horse. We're gonna talk about that next. Miss Shell.
I had my track shoes on. My bad.
What do you think about Hugh Hammer and Verminthor? The baddest dragon out there. This dragon is badder than Vagar. Is just not as big.
Is it younger? Oh, she's on. You
mute. You're on mute, Michelle.
A little bit.
You on mute?
Yeah, he's younger than Vagar. And they're about almost similar in size. Almost. This is a little bit smaller than Vagar is, but I would think that he's like Saraxi's like a really ferocious dragon. So yeah, there's gonna be some problems. It's gonna be some problems.
Amen.
I got a question.
There's gonna be some problems.
Next got a question.
I think it's gonna be, but it's gonna be some problems.
What you got, Lex?
So let me ask you and Moochie something, because I think that me and Michelle are on the same page. Let me ask y'all something. Y'all said that y'all don't think that he wouldn't have a reason, of course, to betray Rhaenyra, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me put it to you like this. He wouldn't have a reason to betray Rhaenyra as of now. So here's the thing. When you were betrayed by Aegon and them, you know what I'm saying? You were poor. Your daughter was dying. You were making tools and waiting. You officially have a nuclear that could really go head for head with Aemon at this point. So now, if Rhaenyra does something that he does not like, I have a nuclear weapon. I don't have to listen to you, little girl. Niece. I don't got to listen to you, niecey poo. So I honestly feel like Oath the White, which is the drunk, I think that he will betray her, but I think that everything that they're saying about Hugh is for a reason, and it's little breadcrumbs. When you go back, once again, he said to her, my mother told me there's no difference between Daemon and Viserys. Keep that in your mind.
Okay,
so you know they be leaving them little sprinkles. I think one of these days he gonna get pissed off at something Rhaenyra do. He gonna nut up like, oh yeah? Because at the end of the day, if he were to switch back sides, think about how handsomely you will be rewarded. Now we have the two largest dragons. Everything switches back to the greens. I'm not playing with him.
Wow. Great point. Which brings me, I'm going to let Moochie lead off on this one because she already was in it, so I'm going to let her finish her soliloquy. So Moochie, another dragon claimed somebody. Silverwing claimed Oof the White, who I believe Moochie is going to be the one to turn because the first thing his butt want to do is fly back to King's fucking Landing, okay, and show off he's got a dragon. And Aemon did not like it, gets on Vagar, chases him down, but then decide, okay, I see all this badassness, and look at the look on Rhaenyra's face like, boy, I wish a mofo would. That's the look. That's when white people saying, I wish a mofo would right there. So Moochie, pick up anywhere you want as they concluded the story. And I 100% think that Off-White is going to be the one to betray Rhaenyra. Floor is yours, Moochie.
I agree with you on that, but I feel like she showed her hand too quick.
Uh-oh.
Shouldn't have let them know that, because now you giving him time to strategize and make moves to make betrayal happen.
Is
quick.
Aemon that smart though? Because he's not a bright king.
Look, Otto might be on his way back. You got you got the other son coming.
Okay.
Like somebody somebody else is gonna be sitting at that council and they're gonna put things together now.
Now I agree with that, but will he listen?
That's the question. He might have to, because now you talking about putting your sister on the dragon, and we don't think she could ride like that.
Yeah. Jump in there, Shells. What did you think about the way this ended, and what are your thoughts on Off-White?
That's off the fool. I mean, that is off the fool. I mean,
can you get a DWI for riding the dragon drunk? Is that possible?
I wish Vhagar would have just shot his dumb behind out the sky. Just flying through. Didn't nobody tell him to take that dragon to King's Landing? Didn't nobody tell him to do that? He already not following directions. He is not following directions well. You can see he's going to be a problem. And a big one. Because he's an idiot. How you fall backwards? Like you fell into the dragon. I mean, the dragon didn't choose you. You didn't choose the dragon. You just bumped into each other and said, "Hey, what's up?"
The dragon smelled the alcohol on him. The dragon's like, maybe I can get a little drunk, something like that.
Go to King's Landing and go get us a drink.
Jump in here, Lex. What did you think about this? And are you going to go against your cousin again when I think that Off-White is the betrayer?
No. Let me tell you. Get y'all notebooks out now, because y'all gonna be round of applause at me later. I do believe that. I do believe Ulf is going to flip on Rhaenyra. However, I do believe Hugh is gonna flip too. I believe they both gonna flip.
What?
Yes. I believe that in my heart. Yes. All the signs is there. And for the record, he didn't. Well, just my opinion. I don't believe that.
The garbage is coming to Lex the Targaryen house. I don't know why she ain't just Dracarys it and burn it up. But we'll wait for her to come back. Audience, please tell me, between Hugh Hammer and Off-White, sound like something you put on your car, which one is going to betray Rhaenyra first?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, she's back.
I'm in here chefing it up. The salmon said, Cajun salmon, you gotta get that little burn. The thing said, eat. I said, uh-oh. But anyway, I think that they are both gonna betray her. However, like I said, all the rules is there, because at this point in time, the only thing that make pure Targaryens pure are their, or so they think, are they dragons? We got some too now. We don't have to listen to you. I see it coming a mile away. I feel like, but even think about their reaction to claiming the dragon, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Adam had a different reaction. I think Adam is going to stay loyal. I really do. But it's something about them other two little white-haired mofos. I'm telling you now, my antlers itch, and I'm usually not wrong. I don't trust neither one of them. Now, I keep in mind, Silverwing and Vermithor are mates.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, because, that's why Rhaenyra was able to touch the dragon like that. That's her grandfather's dragon. So, of course, he sensed it. Like, that's a direct bloodline. So, that's why she, Rhaenyra pulled off like, hey, listen, I ain't got nothing to tell you. Fight to the finish. So, I think that the whole situation with them, too, is opening a portal for problems later on down the line. Adam, I'm cool. I'm cool with Adam. But Ulf and Hugh give me a very, very, very uneasy feeling. And I do not trust them as far as a dragon would fly. And it's a problem, because now you got two old seasoned dragons. And if by any chance they go to the other side, all hell is going to break loose.
I will say this. I would be more nervous if Hugh Hammer decided to cross over than Off-White, because I think Off-White's personal issues would ruin him. Hugh Hammer lost his daughter. He felt like he had nothing to lose. Like literally, he done lost. He felt like he had nothing to lose. He makes weapons. He's a big guy, and he's on the most ferocious dragon, not the biggest, close to being the big, but the most ferocious dragon out there. I think they called her Bronze Fury or something is what they call Vermithor.
Him. Yeah, Vermithor is the Bronze Fury, but just what I said, Vermithor and Silverwing are mates. You're not getting them to fight on opposite sides. So you just answered me right then and there. You're not getting them to fight on opposite sides. If Vermithor go over there, Silverwing is going to follow. They're mates.
I saw the eggs, Lex. They had eggs.
This is what I'm saying. Vermithor and Silverwing were the dragons of King Jaehaerys and his wife Alysanne. Jaehaerys and Alysanne are also brother and sister. They've been together forever. They not trading on each other.
Okay.
So if you get one, you're getting the other. This is why I said that's dangerous. Y'all got, see, we're not looking at the episode. Look at the board. We train to think differently. We done survived Game of Thrones. Look at the board. The board is a mess right now, and it looks like it's in Rhaenyra's favor, but at the slightest sneeze, it could shift back over to the Greens, and we have a problem.
All right, Miss Shells, you get the last word on this before we get out of here, because I'm turned up. I mean, I might have to do a 2-day live stream for the finale next week. I'm turned up.
I just got one word. It's Tumbleton. Just remember that.
Hold up. Let me get my notebook. Moochie, you got your...
That's right, Miss Shirley. Amen. Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Go, go, go.
Say it again.
Tumbleton.
Okay. I got it, Moochie. I got it. Is this something we're going to need to know for next episode or next year?
I'm probably thinking next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple of things to do before we get to there, but just remember that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to show you love.
We didn't talk about him.
Who?
No.
We didn't mention him at all. You know, Allison's missing son. You know, the one
Dayron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried to
mentioned
shorten
him a
this because
little
I got to
bit.
bounce. Your boy be
okay.
having to go a certain time of the day. But that's why I said next week I'll probably do 2 days. We'll do 2 days of this because it's going to be a lot to cover. You got to talk about what we think going to happen next year, what happened this season. It's going to be a lot to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, show your love for Miss Shells. And if you want her to come back, post your comments down there. She definitely needs to come back. She knows this thing as well as Lex. And let me know if you like it more when me and Lex on the same side or when me and Lex is battling, when there's a double Dracarys in the building. This boy, she about to make me say so. This N-word ain't show her face the whole time. And at the very end, want to show her little House of the Dragon shirt. Go ahead and tell the people about your little damn shirt and your music, Lex. I heard big things popping.
Mute. You on mute?
Oh, can y'all hear me now? Good. So my new album 24 is out now on all streaming services. So you guys can check out the new album. The numbers are doing very excellent. So thank you. Go check out the new album. And yeah, just trust me when I tell y'all, strap yourselves in for next week. And we outside. For real, we outside.
Moochie, what you got going on your channel, man? Let the people know.
Oh, please be sure to tune in for Mayor of Kingstown. We're gonna I think we got 2 more episodes before the finale. So this one is going to be fire. So I don't know if y'all been watching that series. It's on Paramount Plus, and we will be doing a recap tomorrow at 10:30. So it's late night because of the content. So I'm trying to like fly under the radar.
Boy, if y'all want to get some of the lovely ladies of life games and they after dark sessions, you need to jump on them live stream. Boy, they don't pull no punches. Y'all think they bad at lunch. Go see them at nighttime, please. And for those that stick with me loyally, I greatly appreciate it. I've been going through and trying to get some things done and handle some things. That's why I don't have like a real deal schedule. All I can say is turn on your notifications. And when we do come, we try to bring it. And next week, we will have to do 2 days of the House of the Dragon. So get your friends, get your sword. Y'all haven't seen me bring out my butter knife of fire and ice this year. That might have to come out. Nor have you seen me with my daddy's hair. And I do have my daddy's hair running around here too. So don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, download the podcast, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. We'll see you next time.